Hello YouTube. In this video I'm going to be reviewing the Fazer, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, program for skinny guys trying to get bigger. This was asked by some subscribers who I believe are fairly young because this channel is mostly appealing to young lifters who are getting started. And therefore this means that he has a certain level of responsibility to offer a program that is going to be suitable, because young people tend to just blindly follow any type of advice given to them by who they consider to be an idol. So I'm going to approach that review a little bit differently than I usually do, because this is not someone who is a self-proclaimed special trainer, scientist, or any type of someone who might have a very advanced level of understanding of programming. Rather, it's someone who is just sharing their opinion because they managed to develop their body as someone who is very skinny and they want to help others. So I'm not going to be super mean, right? I'm going to give a little bit of leeway to the guy here because, as I said, he is fairly young. Still, I'm going to approach it critically. So if I see blatant mistakes, I'm going to correct them. And if I can actually add things to the program that make it better, I will as well. So his program is a classic workout A, workout B, which was a type of template that was very popular 10 years ago. This type of program already offers one issue, but it also showcases one benefit. The issue is that it's going to be by default minimalistic. And if you don't know what that is, my French accent is going all over the place, you can go and check the video I made last Wednesday on minimalism. It's going to help you understand. Because if you only have 2 days to put all of your exercises, by default, the days repeat themselves. And because it's a program that is mostly going to be tailored towards novices, you can't have too many exercises in there, or else you'll just kill the novice, and therefore the exercises repeat themselves a ton. If I were to use an example, if I give you a menu to eat and it's a 7-day menu and on each day you eat something different, there's going to be more variety than if I give you a 2-day menu, right? If I tell you eat an apple on Monday and then an orange on Tuesday and then on Wednesday you eat an apple again, you're going to get sick of oranges and apples very quickly. This is not as much of a problem for novices because they are able to get a lot of gains from doing the same thing again and again. And that's also the strength of the program. You're going to quickly neurologically adapt to the lifts. You are also going to not get lost in any complexity because it's only 2 days. And at the end, you also can have to consider the fact that it might be good for people who have never really been into the gym to only have to go twice. Because in reality, you could run this program twice a week if you wanted, meaning that you could just do workout A, workout B once a week. So 2 days of training for the entire 7-day split and be good. You'll still make progress. But it starts becoming a problem if you start thinking, okay, I want to do more. I want to work out 4 times a week. Well, now you have met the limits of minimalism because you're going to have to repeat workout A and workout B twice. And this is when 3 days program, 4 days program, mirror days start becoming more interesting. So that is for the template in itself. Now let's look at the inside of the program, the exercise selection and the volume and intensity. So workout A has you start with squats, 3 sets of 5. Okay, good rep range for the squat. It's a 3x5. For novices, it's fine. They don't need evolving rep ranges. Follow that up with flat bench. Okay, I smell something here. Can you smell it? I smell something here. I smell starting strength. I smell all of these novice programs that are just a bunch of compound movements put in 1 day and that's it. This is starting to resemble the wrong type of minimalistic programs because these tend to be powerlifting programs. The title says workout program for skinny guys trying to get bigger. Okay, so it's clearly for hypertrophy, it's not for strength. For now, it's really tailored towards that. This is only 2 exercises in, maybe I'm wrong. You follow the squat with flat bench. You do a lower body exercise followed by an upper body exercise, so it's a full body split. Okay, why not? For novices it functions. 3x5 I would like, and that may be surprising, I would prefer a 5x5 here. Or at least I would if there was not another exercise coming later that is going to actually contradict what I just said. Then you do pull-ups. Okay, pull-ups. Pull-ups in the program. That's already better than most novice programs that completely ignore that lift. So it has you do calisthenics. You're not just going to bulk up and look like a human potato because you wanted to have a bigger bench. Excellent. 3 sets to failure, okay? He also understands that a lot of novices cannot do pull-ups for 15 reps. They need to be just told, okay, go to failure. 3 sets to failure is excellent. Follow that up with dips. Okay, dips, secondary movement, because it's going to echo the flat bench, which is already an horizontal press. It would be a problem if he hadn't you do sets to failure. So again, it's an AMRAP, it's a calisthenic movement, it's making you move the body through space, it's extra work for the upper body. I'll take it, that's great. If you want to be a little bit vicious, you can superset the pull-ups and the dips. I guarantee you that a lot of novices have garbage cardiovascular systems. It would actually tire them to do that. Then you do barbell bicep curls. Hallelujah. Bicep curls, isolation movements for the arms. The program is saved. Okay, it started to look like one of these compound movement mashers until I saw that. 3 sets of 8 to 10, excellent rep range for the the barbell bicep curls. Perfect. And then tricep extensions to failure, more arm work. Okay, so this is a day that will have you move a lot of weight on the squat and bench, have you practice calisthenic movements, then do isolation. That is quite good. Honestly, I don't know how old the guy is, I think 19. This is better than most of the programs sold by those guys with mustaches who tell you that they're geniuses of the craft and they've been in the sport for 50 years, and yet they don't seem to understand that most kids lift to get bigger. They don't want to have a gut by the time they're 22, can barely move just to have a bigger squat. That is balanced. Okay? The squat and bench will put mass on you. It's a lot of tonnage accumulated. And then you work on the details, on the arms. Guys want nice arms. You'll get your nice arms this way. If I were to add something, I would say that you can add some abs, calves, and neck at the end of the day. It doesn't cost anything. And if you start working on these body parts early on, you'll be very happy with the results 3 or 4 years in, because you'll actually have a lot of development there. Let's look at workout B. Start with squats again. Okay. It's classic, right? It's those programs that want you to squat all the time. Squat, squat, squat. 3 by 5. I don't like this. Why not change the rep range? Why not do more volume? You want the guy to squat more. What are the 3 by 10 or 3 by 8? You could even replace the squat. You could do something like, for example, a pose squat, right? A variation of the squat. Okay. But he wants you to train your legs, and that's good. A lot of novices don't train their legs. I just want people to know that you're not forced to squat. The squat is not the only leg exercise. You can do lunges, you can do any type of movement that you like, that you're going to stick to. Because a lot of people, if you tell them, okay, squat 3 times a week, they do that for 2 months and then they never squat again. Then incline bench, 3 by 8, great movement for the upper body. It's an hybrid between the vertical and the horizontal press. Some people might prefer an overhead press here. It's up to you, right? The incline bench will give you a little bit more chest work. And then I see something I don't like. I see deadlifts 3 by 5. Now, do not like deadlifts? No, I love deadlifts. Do not like 3 by 5? I'm not a fan of the rep range for that lift. But what I really dislike is where it's placed. The deadlift is a super intense movement. You want to have your full focus and your full physical capacity when you do it. You do not want it as your third lift. The deadlift opens the workout always. You start with the deadlift. I'm not even going to try and say that there's maybe a way to make it work. Don't even try to make it work. Open the day with the deadlift. It makes a ton of sense. You can follow the deadlift with an incline bench. Then you can do your squats. Problem is, a 3 by 5 on squat and a 3 by 5 on deadlift is just too much. A novice doesn't need to do that. It's just putting the novice at a risk for injury. You're going to be tired. If you start with squats and you follow by deadlifts, you're going to be tired on the deadlifts and vice versa. Just don't do that. It's fine to pull heavy, but after that, the knee variation needs to be light, meaning that you're going to do extra reps. So you start with the deadlift, then incline bench, then pose squats or squats for 3 by 10. Right? There's no need to do so much heavy, intense leg work on one day. Same logic, novices will grow from anything. So you have to give them something they can acclimate to, that they're going to stick to, so that they don't get disgusted by the gym or hurt. Then dips, he seems to like his dips, but it actually makes a ton of sense here because it complements the incline bench, because the incline bench is not a normal bench. So you can actually do more chest work. Makes a ton of sense, still an AMRAP. Then he has you do rows. Problem here, again, there's a problem because you already have the novice do squats and deadlifts. Their lower back and lumbar spine is fried. The row is a very difficult movement. A lot of people don't know that. Technically and muscularly, it's demanding. You don't want the novice to do rows here. And this is when we get into the issue of the workout A, workout B sequence. It doesn't give you enough space to put exercises. The rows would actually fit better on a third day, but I'll get back to that. So you don't want to do rows on that day. The only way you do rows on that day is if you replace the deadlifts that open the program by the rows, and then you don't do deadlifts at all. And that will actually make a ton of sense. We're going to discuss that. Then barbell bicep curls. So he really focuses on biceps. That's good. Only issue is 3 sets of 8 to 10. I would say it would be better to do it 3 sets of 5 to 7, 3 sets of 4 to 6, just to taste a different type of intensity and not repeat the same rep range. And then close grip bench in red, which I suppose is because people wanted to be able to bench more. If you do a close grip bench on that day, unlike what you might think, you could actually do it plus the incline bench. You would just have to modify the rep range of the incline bench as a 3 by 12, but you could do it. So that's the program. Let's quickly sum up and conclude on my opinion about the program as is. Good ideas, a good focus on compound movements, presence of isolation movements, presence of calisthenics. Those are the pros. Those are the good things. Bad things is too much of a focus on compounds that are just crammed in one day, especially workout B. A little bit of a misunderstanding of rep ranges, but that's normal. He's fairly young, so I'm not going to dog on him for that. And that's pretty much that. Meaning that all of that can be fixed and the program can just be bettered with a simple addition of a workout C. At the third day, the program is perfect. And on that third day, guess what? We're actually going to make it work as this. What I create as workout C is actually going to be in between workout A and B. So workout is going to be ACB. You start with workout A, right? The way he said to do it. It's fine like this. On workout C, you're going to open the day with a hip hinge. How's that? Because the only hip hinge in the program is the deadlifts. So you could start your workout C with any type of pull, or variation of a pull, even back hyperextensions. For novices, I would say, okay, 3 to 4 sets of 12 back hyperextensions to teach you how to use your legs when you pull, to actually build your lower back. That would work. For anyone more advanced, it's a waste of tonnage, but for novices, it's perfectly fine. Start with the hip hinge. Then guess what? You follow with an incline bench or an overhead press. Additional upper body work works perfectly fine. And then you can slap additional stuff that is not in the program, like shrugs, lateral raises, all of your movements that just don't fit in this template because there's not enough space can go there. And you have a solid day number 2, which is day C. And then for day B, you come in, you do your deadlifts, you start with the deadlifts, then you do a squat variation. Then you could also do your close grip bench or the incline bench. You do the one that you haven't done on day C, and that's it. And you guess what? What I just said also works for the day C. You could open the day C with the rows, because the rows just do not fit on workout B. Meaning that a day C could be, as I said, rows, and then follow that up with a close grip bench, and then some long head of the tricep work because there is none in the program, and that's it. That's a day that is extremely similar to the days he's giving you here. You could be doing chin-ups on that day too because he doesn't have you do them. And that way what you do is you still have the same focus on compound movements. You still have the same focus on isolation movements, but they're spread in a way that you have the ability to perform. You're not going to spend an hour and a half doing exercises when you're already tired. And on top of that, the frequency is upped, and therefore the quality of the volume you get is upped because you recover from them easily. And the length of the days that you are going to have to put in are going to also be reduced. So it's easier on the mental, right? I do think that going to the gym 3 times a week or 2 times a week doesn't make that much of a difference. It's building work capacity, it's building your discipline, and therefore it makes a ton more sense. And I think he sort of saw that. I think he recognizes that because you can see that like he's workout B especially starts becoming packed and he's like, he's trying to put more exercises, but there's not enough space. Keep in mind also that if you want to be able to train your abs and your calves and your neck, it's great to have a little bit of a space at the end of the days. And therefore, having 3 days make a lot more sense too, because that way you can train those body parts every single time, 3 times a week. It's going to make you look a lot better. So that's my critique for the Fazer program for skinny guys trying to get bigger. The program is okay. The base and the skeleton of the program is okay. The ideas behind them are okay. And I believe that even skinny guys who just are going to follow the program the way he said will still make good results. There is a risk, however, for overuse injuries and just burnouts, because he's having you do too much, and if you're a skinny guy, most likely you don't have the ability to do that much. So therefore, spreading it makes a ton more sense. If you have a lot of questions, let me know in the comments. Have a good day.